So what
May
is happening
22nd.
this coming weekend? What is happening is we will have an undisputed junior welter champ, 140 for those who don't know.
Super lightweight for those who want to call it that.
Yeah. We have the UK's own Josh Taylor,
the Tartan Tornado,
versus Jose Ramirez, who banged it out with Mo Hooker.
Yeah.
And Taylor banged it out in a great fight with our guy Regis Prograis. In a close fight, great fight, tough fight. I'll say this: Taylor really showed his mettle to me.
Oh yeah.
There, up until then, I'm not saying I was a doubter. Of course,
a pretty boy.
Yeah, I understood he was skilled. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always leery about like protected UK guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I am always leery, and I will continue to be, regardless of how the UK fight fans hate that. I have no reason to change that. Historically, me feeling that way is validated, not the other way around. When I was super hypercritical of Fury for at this point, it had to be 90% of his career up until pretty much Klitschko. I mean, I was, he got put on his back pockets by Steve Cunningham, who was a blown up
cruiser,
really a blown up light heavy.
Right.
So
USS Cunningham.
Yeah, another Philly guy.
Philly guy.
Great guy as a human being. But anyway, so let's talk about this fight, man. I think it's a tale of two
styles.
The tale of two scenarios, and who is able to implement that style and dictate. I'll say this about Josh Taylor. He showed me that he'll go into the trenches.
Oh yeah, Josh Taylor makes fights sometimes when he doesn't have to. And let's be clear about protected UK fighters. Josh Taylor's not that. He's only had 17 professional fights.
He is not.
He is tough. He wants it all. He's 30 years old. Ramirez is 28. Both relatively big guys actually they are big guys. These are big guys for 140. They're both
absolutely.
Taylor is a skilled southpaw. Ramirez is orthodox. Taylor is I guess you'd call him like a boxer puncher.
Yes, absolutely he is.
Ramirez is a swarmer.
A goon.
Both have Olympic pedigrees. So both guys can fight.
They can handle themselves in there.
Yeah.
I think as far as being multifaceted, I think Taylor can do more.
Yeah.
I think he's better suited to not bang it out with Ramirez. I don't know that he's capable of that. Does he have that Arturo Gotti switch where Gotti is boxing Mickey Ward's ears off for 4 or 5 rounds and gets hit in the face and then goes, that's it. I don't know. We saw a little bit of that.
I think Taylor's got a little bit more self-control in that.
But he did bang it out a little bit with Prograis. So is there?
But I think that was more Prograis forcing that fight.
So you think because there's applied pressure, he said, "Well, this is what I'm going to do.
This is what I got to do."
Well, we know fucking Ramirez is coming, man. So let's now. We know that
Ramirez didn't look great against Victor Postal, former world champion Victor Postal,
a faded Postal.
Sure, he didn't look great against them, and Taylor did look great in his last.
When's the last time Postal looked great against Matisse? I mean, Bud just did a number on him.
Right.
We're also talking about a Bud who is another level. But so let me ask you this: what are you doing if you're Taylor's team? You know that this guy's coming. You know he wants to be in your chest.
You're gonna have to keep him off. With straight right hands, you're gonna have to make sure your feet are in the right spot. You're gonna have to, because it's an orthodox versus southpaw matchup. I think Taylor's got a good straight right.
Off of that jab, though, he's got that nice jab.
Yeah, I'm sorry, straight left. Yeah, I think he's got a good right jab for I don't know if he's going to be able to implement that as a boxing southpaw. Taylor,
I think he has to.
Ramirez,
I think Taylor
tends to stand very square, like a lot of swarmers do. And I think that Taylor will take advantage of it. I'm picking Taylor in this fight.
I think Taylor. I think the fight.
And excuse me, I meant straight left, not straight right.
I think the fight is all about Josh Taylor's jab, that southpaw jab,
right,
and coming right, but double and tripling it, coming behind it
which he does very nice, and he moves to his right very well.
He's gonna have to circle him to the right,
yeah,
pop that jab. I want it 2 and 3 times, and that's nice straight left you're talking about, right up the middle.
Yeah.
Right up the middle. He throws a nice, straight, crisp left hand.
It
doesn't loop it at all. It's very short. It's compact.
One thing about Taylor that and he gets out of harm's way very well. So he gets in there. He throws his combination and then he rolls out real nice, where he gets out of danger and you pointing to his jab made me think of he has a very good his jab disrupts the timing of his opponent. So his opponent gets ready to set up and he fires that jab and he changes speeds on it real well. So they're expecting a real fast, hard jab, and he kind of throws a kind of a decoy jab and follows up with the left hand. He does well with that.
He can blind you with the jab. He can blind you with it. He can also do what you said, and that's upset the rhythm of this guy. And a guy like Ramirez, who isn't fast, or particularly fast. He's not a slug. He's a world-class guy.
Sure.
A world-class guy with 2 belts.
I think this is going to be a close fight.
This is for all the marbles, people. Guys, listen. Watch this fight. All the marbles. We're talking about Taylor because we're speaking about him first. Like, this is a foregone conclusion that he's going to win. Neither of us are saying that, whether we pick him or not.
I'm picking a close fight. I think it's a close fight. Taylor wins.
Listen, Ramirez is a dog. And you can't there are things, man, and as fans of music like we are and how often we talk about music, there are intangibles, bro. You listen to something like the Group Home album and you go, oh, these guys aren't rock chem, but why is this album great? There's intangibles. There's shit you can't, it's not in the stat sheet. It's not on box rec. It doesn't say, it's not from 1 to 10, what level of dog is this guy?
Right.
1 to 10. What level of maniac is he? Well, he'll eat 4 shots and smile.
He's a maniac.
That can't be quantified. And there's a lot of that in him. So when I said it's the tale of 2 fights, all right. So you and I have seen in our decades of watching this sport where you can take someone's heart, not necessarily with your offense. Right. You can take someone's heart by just being there.
Right.
Yo, if this Josh Taylor throws the kitchen sink at this motherfucker and this sick maniac and his head is smiling,
his head is still in Josh Taylor's chest and he's punching
away. In the 7th, 8th, and this
will that break Taylor?
Look, am I saying that will happen? No. Can it?
We'll find out.
We're gonna find out. The level of maniac of Ramirez and the level of dog that he is. He's got some nice wins. I think Josh Taylor and Prograis. I think Regis Prograis is the best win between the two of them. And I think that was a tight nip and tuck, give and take fight.
Good fight. Really good fight.
Really good fight. I got the little thumb drive gimmicks. Like I bring thumb drives to the studio and that's how I watch the fights at the studio with the TV. And I just put that on to bring for my next session to rewatch it for this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because of our Mike McCallum talk, I put all of Mike McCallum stuff on this thumb drive. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So guys, look, you have,
so Ramirez is a relentless body. I just want to talk a little bit more about Ramirez. He's a relentless body puncher.
Let's do it.
He's going to be more than willing to let Josh Taylor do some work upstairs in the early rounds. And Ramirez is going to want to what he's going to want to do is make an investment.
He's going to he's going to put some money in the bank, B.
Yep. He's going to make an investment on Taylor's body. And again, we're talking about, Taylor's no pushover, man. He's a tough guy too. So this is two tough guys that want to win, that don't want to lose. They're both undefeated. Guys, this is a must-watch this weekend. It's all
Listen,
all
B said it when we started. All the marbles. The last guy that did that at 40 was Bud, who is the second greatest fighter in the world right now. That's the last you're talking going back. Who are we talking about here at 40? B. Kostya Tszyu. Floyd was there, or no? Did he skip?
No,
40.
Floyd only fought like one fight at 40.
Oh, you know who skipped 40? Mosley skipped 40.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, Floyd briefly stopped at 40. It was a quick stop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because he fought Hatton at 47.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made him come up.
Yeah.
That's a little sidebar.
Well, Hatton had been up.
Yeah, but against Louis Collazo.
I don't. We could sidebar into that because I don't care if a guy starts at 30, other guy starts at 40, he winds up at 47, and the guy he wants to meet at 47. I got no problem with that.
Fine. Listen. This is for all the marbles. They both have this is for the Ring Magazine belt. It's the only belt that matters, but they both have 2 straps. This guy will be the undisputed champion at 140. And guys, look, that's going to create a lot of opportunities for this guy. That if he wants to go up to 47, which is stacked, and and fight any of those guys at 47 for big money. I don't really know how much who is really at 40. Once you unify, you have a couple more fights there as an undisputed champion, a couple defenses. If Josh wins, do you give Prograis a rematch? That's a nice little fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the winner now the winner? B. Look, hey, what if he goes up and fights Bud? Bud's got nobody.
Right.
Bud's got nobody to fight right now. The Pacquiao fight, the proposed Pacquiao fight, as we said, fell apart. Hey, what if this is an audition to fight Bud Crawford at 47? Maybe it is, B. We don't know that. You mentioned intelligently that they're both big guys for 40.
Yeah,
these aren't guys that are these guys have to struggle a little bit responsibly to make 40 and could easily go to 47 and fill out. Ramirez, very rangy, bro, very long guy. Hey, yo.
So is Taylor.
They're
both big guys. Taylor, he's built quite thin. I don't know if he has any intention of going up to 47.
I don't either. I
don't know if I had read something or listened to an interview that he's not looking to fight like into forever. And he said
a couple more years probably.
He said
he's
already 30. Right. He said, I'm 30 and I just want the biggest fights that I can make right now. So this guy sounds like a guy. Yes, maybe if he goes undisputed at 40, right? Wins all the belts at 40. And he says, you know what? I'll fight Bud at 47. I'll fight whoever at 47 for my legacy. And that's it. Big fights. 2-3 times a year.
If you're the undisputed guy at any division, going up one more division to fight the guy there is not this crazy
it's not
concept. You know what I mean? And especially for a guy that can't get guys in the ring and they happen to be under the same promotional. They don't got to cross the street.
Right.
It's when I say it's an easy fight to make, I mean it's easy politically, B. I'm not saying I don't know what Bud wants. I don't know what the money is.
I was going to get into this though.
Okay.
If Bud, and not to rabbit hole this too much, but if Bud takes that fight, right, that's not it's low, it's high risk, low reward for Bud, meaning this guy's fighting another small guy moving up. He's it's always some and not of course the fight that people want, which is Errol Spence. But I've come to the conclusion that that's probably never going to happen, that fight. I don't care if that fight happens now. I've moved on.
I'm okay with you having moved on. I think if it does, we're looking at Pacquiao Floyd Part 2. Look, man, Spence is in his 30s, right? Is he 30 yet?
Are. Yeah, they.
Well, no, that's what I was getting to. But bro, Bud's older than people think. Bud's either 34 or about to be 34. You start hitting 35, now you're on the tail end. Sure. So I think it's going to happen. I don't know that I agree with you that it's never going to happen. I think it's going to happen when you and I don't give a fuck.
Well, this is what I do. I say things are never going to happen to like make it to reconcile it in my head.
You know all right. I mean? Yeah, sure. Of course. Let me throw some names at you. Let me throw some names at you because unless there's a draw, these guys, if it's a draw or a great fight, even if everyone turns in a bad scorecard, but next episode we're talking about it being a great fight. We might be talking about a rematch. So let's just put that aside, okay? Assuming it's a great fight,
I can't wait for this fight.
Neither can I. I'm hyped. That's why I sound so hype about it. But I'm gonna throw some names at you. We got Regis Prograis at 140. We both like him a lot. I think he gives both of those guys a nice fight. Love to see that. If Josh wins, that's a great.
I'd love to see the Taylor rematch.
If he don't want to go up, and try to get Bud or anybody up there because it's a glamour division.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor.
Yeah. Either guy, but whoever wins, you know what I'm saying? Right. Because this is who I'm throwing out. Do you give? Let's say Ramirez wins. Do you want to? Is there money in a Prograis fight? At 40?
Absolutely.
And
Prograis will sell a good. He sells a good show. So
Jose Zepeda, who had that fucking undisputed fight of the year with Ivan Barancek. I think they dropped each other 85,000 times in however many rounds. Jose Zepeda's there, but not a name. I mean, he is maybe to me and you. We know him. Postal, I think he's gone, man. I think he's gone.
Speaking of Zepeda, he has a fight on that undercard.
Maybe that's why he has to fight on that undercard. Because if he wins,
he's fighting someone from the fighting city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, Lundy, who's
he's fighting
5, 6, 7, 8 years past his prime.
But he's still from the fighting city of Philadelphia.
He is, and I like Hank. I like Hank as a person. Hank is cool, and Hank is mad cool and mad humble. And hey, look, I'm gonna be cheering for Hank, but.
I just want to give him a shout out.
Hey, look, Hank's tough. That's a nice little fight. Yeah. That could be a nice little fight.
So maybe that's why that's on the undercard.
I agree with you. Let me throw a couple more names at you, bro. Postal, I think he's done at a high level.
Yeah,
at a high level.
I don't really care to see him anymore.
Arnold Barbosa is undefeated. He had that win against Alex Salcedo. In October. He's 25-0, but we're talking big money fights. A couple more names. Robert Easter is still hanging around. Barancek, who got sparked out in that fight of the year. Yeah, I know.
Problem with Robert Easter is he's PBC.
Yes.
So I don't see them making that fight.
The Jose Pedraza is still hanging around. And then we have Mario Barrios, who's fighting Tank. And if Tank's not in jail in June. So, I mean, are any of those names going to make you horny? No, not me. I like to see. I'm good with B. Whoever wins, I'm good with them fighting Prograis at 40 for all the marbles. I think he deserves it. I think he's at their level.
Yeah, I think that's the only fight that, by the way, that people want to see.
Other than that, I think they will be advised. This isn't what I think they will be advised to chase a name at 47 and a name and money.
Dude, I don't think it's out of the realm for all the reasons you stated earlier. Bud can't get a fight.
Hey, B, listen. How about this, bro, real quick? Sorry to cut you off. How about this? There's nothing crazy to do what has been done by some other guys. Hey, go up to 47, fight Bud. Hey, drop back down to 40 then, if it doesn't work out. And you're still undisputed there.
Right.
That doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Unless there's like expirations on the belts or whatever that they.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm saying.
Stupid fucking defense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously there's mandatories, but the thing is, you and I know you don't lose that. You have to lose it in a ring. According to guys like you and I. Yeah. When you're the lineal champ, when you're the real guy, you got to lose it in the ring.
So you know what I mean? So we want the winner to face Prograis, ideally.
Agree.
If that fight doesn't come off, move up if you can. We don't hate you if you don't.
we also think that if this fight,
guest.
we're both excited about this, and if it's as good as we think it is, run it back.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Running
honestly,
it back
to me, that's a perfect scenario. That we get a couple great. We get like a nice little legacy out of this.
It is for me, and with Pro Gray hanging around there, you know what I mean, and let him get some of that.
Sure,
I'm good with that. So your prediction is you like
Taylor?
Josh?
I like Taylor in a close decision. Yeah, could be a UD, could be a splitter. You know what I'm saying? But I like Taylor in a decision win.
I like Josh Taylor in a close nip and tuck fight, in a fight that's hard to score. A fight that rounds can be given either way. Split decision, 115, 113, card, 112, 116, 112 card.
So we have the same prediction.
A 115, 113 card, close. Josh Taylor decides to box a little bit more. I think he makes it a little bit easier on himself. Sure. If Josh Taylor allows Ramirez to be a goon, I think he makes it a little bit more difficult on himself, and but
Ramirez can change the dynamic of this with what he does. If he gets inside and he can break Taylor down, and he can break Taylor's will, and Taylor's going to have to fight, a very defensive-minded fight against this guy. It's very difficult to do.
I just want to say, go ahead.
While getting his offense off, does that make sense? So he's going to
absolutely
conscious of everything that Ramirez is doing, and at the same time, he's got to try to hurt Ramirez. Otherwise, you're not gonna have Ramirez not gonna back off.
There's very high level guys can fight defensively with the intent to kill.
Right.
Getting some shots off, like you said, he moves very well to his right to avoid walking into that right hand.
Sure.
It's a southpaw killer.
The killer.
You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to say, though, what you talking about breaking his will, I said it once. I just want to say it again. You can break someone's will without being dominant offensively. You can break someone's will by being there after they've done beautiful work, and you're still hitting your chest, right, or smiling or calling them in and say, right, "Come on." You can break someone's will.
When that guy's huffing and puffing after he just hit you with a 4-punch combination, and you smile at it and walk
and wave him in.
Right. It was always like a tell with Pacquiao years ago. He would tap his gloves together, after a guy would like hit him a few times, or there was a melee in the middle or something like that. And maybe the other guy got the better of it. Pacquiao would slap his gloves together and start to go to work again.
Yeah, basically say, "You got me, nice shot. Right, now it's time to go to work."
Right.